It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A man's on the run after robbing a bottle shop at Wallsend. He entered the BWS outlet in Cowper Street at about 8 last night and threatened the female attendant with a hammer before running off with cash. He's described as being Caucasian, in his mid to late 20s, 170 centimetres tall with a solid build, dark hair, and was wearing blue shorts and a shirt. Hunter, Ausgrid customers are being invited to take part in a community action project to influence future electricity prices. Ausgrid Customer Action will collect opinions about prices and services, as well as the state government's plans to sell the electricity company to private investors. Chairman of the Foundation for Effective Markets and Governance, Alan Asher, says Hunter residents are likely to be affected by the privatisation.
Consumers in Newcastle and the Hunter region have faced prices that have gone up by 66% just over the last couple of years. The state government are looking at ways of selling their interest in Ausgrid, the poles and wires company, and that might affect consumers as well.
Residents can find more information at ausgridcustomeraction.com.au. Money raised for a Belmont woman who pretended to have terminal cancer will be donated to sick children. Thousands of dollars will be given to Sydney's Westmead Children's Hospital after the woman's heart-wrenching story was exposed as a lie. Lake Macquarie Police are still investigating the scam and could lay charges. Port Stephens Council will soon open alternative parking spaces in the Nelson Bay CBD to compensate for the closure of the top two levels of the Donald Street car park. They're being closed today as Council looks for a long-term solution to fix structural problems there. Civil Assets Manager John Maritich says it means the loss of 114 spaces, but they've identified two additional sites which will provide 125 car parks.
In the short term, very shortly, we should have open the alternate car parking spaces. But until that point in time, it'll be just the traffic as best as possible.
Port Stephens Council is leading the way in economic development with its partnership with the Williamtown Aerospace Centre taking out a national award. More than 120 professionals convened for the 2014 National Awards for Excellence in Economic Development in Darwin. Council's Economic Development Manager, Andrew Powery, says their partnership with the Aerospace Centre is attracting major players such as Lockheed Martin to the region.
We're definitely in a space where it's more than just council doing its statutory requirements, making sure the land's available. Council has committed to have all the other partners, both resources and finances, to drive a multi-tiered marketing campaign to attract businesses to the Aerospace Centre.
Newcastle serial pest Peter Hoare has been issued with a ban notice for the G20 summit in Brisbane. He's been handed an official letter from police ordering him to stay away. Hoare has admitted he would have liked to have walked naked across the city's busy Gateway Bridge while the summit was underway. Now with sport, Sally Spicer.
Ben Kantarowski says lapses in concentration were a major factor in the Newcastle Jets' 2-1 loss to Perth Glory last weekend. The midfielder says while he's happy to be back, the team needs to focus if they want to win.
It's always the little things sort of that add up to those bigger obstacles and bigger errors that have cost us the goals, really.
Melbourne Cup winner Protectionist will be training in the Hunter with Lucia Valentina trainer Chris Lees. A deal was struck between Australian bloodstock and part owner Christoph Bergler, who relinquished ownership of the horse after yesterday's Cup. The Newcastle Knights have re-signed Marvin Filippo on a 1-year deal. The Auckland-born player was signed last year but was unable to play the season due to a broken arm. The 27-year-old began pre-season training with the team on Monday. That's sport. I'm Sally Spicer.
To NURFM News Time coming up to 26 to 9.